अपने आप दे अंदर वेख्या मुझसे बुरा ना कोई यार विखो रंग लाया है दोस्त विखो रंग लाया है छेरियां दा सुन चमका चम चम छेरियां दा सुन चमका चम चम यार विखो रंग लाया है दोस्त विखो रंग लाया है. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing today? Oh my gosh. Let's do that one more time. How are you all doing today? Fantastic. I am so pleased and honored to celebrate and honor a day dedicated to God's most intricate and life-changing creations, women. Now, before I begin, I would like to thank the Women's Development Portfolio and the Ottawa Council for recognizing me and honoring me today. But really, I am truly honored and humbled to be standing in front of you all today. Never in my entire life did I think that I'd be getting this responsibility to talk to such wonderful people about who I am, what my journey is, and how I became Saba Rawjani. Now, they say behind every successful man is a woman, which is without a doubt very true. Because this woman can be your mother, wife, girlfriend, sister, or friend, and they all have an impact on us. But have we ever thought of who is behind every successful woman? I believe there are multiple forces that can contribute to this notion. But for me, things like faith and trust in God, my parents, a very important man. Don't worry, Mom and Dad, I'm talking about Daniel, my brother. And the wonderful friends and well-wishers have been those divine and life-changing forces. Now, I am only 17 years old. I haven't been through heartbreak. I haven't been through debt, a car accident. I haven't been through a breakup. I don't even own my own credit card. I don't even know how to drive, and I certainly don't have the skills on how to make the perfect chapati or thepla. But, and I haven't even had such tragic or important events in my life yet. So why am I even here today when I haven't even met life properly? I'm here today because I have a story. An obscure and not so common story that has changed my life, and it is continuing to change it. I'm not only going to talk about what I've achieved, but instead I'm going to talk about what I want to emphasize on is share with you how I reached here and what my story is. So at the ripe age of 6 years old, I started this singing journey. But I give all the credit, honestly all the credit to my brother Daniel. He was the one who started playing the piano and harmonium, and his interest ignited mine. Had it not been for him, I may not be standing in front of you today. Him and I, casually jamming out to old Bollywood songs on the harmonium, commenced an everlasting and life-changing friendship, and it ignited the greatest journey we've ever been on. So for all of you to get an idea of what I sounded like or what I was like when I was 6 years old, here's a short clip of my first performance ever, which was for the Ottawa Ismaili Senior Jamaat. Now please, if you need to cover your ears because of how screechy I sound, I totally understand, it's valid, and I will forgive you, I promise. So we can start the video. my friends, is how the dream began and how I was discovered as Saba Rawjani, the girl that sings. Okay, so after that, my lovely parents put me in various singing lessons, and I was honored to learn from many traditional Indian classical ustads from Ottawa. I give my humble thank you to Ustad Mushfiq Hashmi, Ustad Upinder Sadnam, the late Ustad Khosla Saab, and Ustad Dr. Vinay Bide. My ustads have probably been the most tolerant, understanding, and patient and inspiring people in my life. They never gave up on me, which made me never give up on myself and my dream. Now they say practice makes perfect, and I agree with that. But I absolutely hated practicing, and this drove my ustads and my parents crazy. But I was young and irrelevant, and was too busy watching Hannah Montana and doing my very difficult math homework. And the reason I'm saying this is because this is as real as it gets. I feel that we all have a dream, and yes, we always say, I want this in my life, I want to evolve into this, I want to become this. Yet we feel that everything will be given to us on a silver platter, which is untrue. I don't want to tell you that, oh yes, I used to practice for hours and dedicated every breathing moment to get here when I was young. Because I actually did it. I eventually did though, but that story will come a bit later. So after training for several years, my brother and I decided to go on a quest to find places to perform around Ottawa. And so, we did. The Ottawa South Asian festivals, Ismaili events, many Ismaili events, many Pakistani Association events, and others. We performed at all of those. And I'm pretty sure we got all these gigs because we were young and cute. But regardless, every performance helped us grow, explore, and blossom. So I've been talking for a bit now, and now I'm going to turn the table to you guys, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. And if you can put your hand up if this relates to you, that'd be greatly appreciated. So question number 1. Who here has something they're absolutely passionate about? Oh my. Please, I'm sure we all have something we love or that we're passionate about. Yes. Who here has had those moments where people have doubted your abilities and decided to turn you down just because they didn't trust you in your skill? Okay. And who here, from being turned down, sort of felt defeated and gave up at some point, even if it was for 2 seconds? Yeah, me too. The biggest struggle I faced from the age of 12, even until now, is my age. Being a young girl, born and raised in North America, who sings Indian classical, Sufi, and Qawwali music, is probably the most obscure combination for others to comprehend and understand and trust. There was always, and still is, doubt. Of course, this is hard and heartbreaking. Here I am trying to explain to the world that I am capable of doing something, yet nobody thinks I am. But then it came to me. People may doubt what you say, but they will never doubt what you do, because actions speak louder than words. So I was determined that one day, I will get this glorious opportunity to prove to others and say, see, I can do this. My vision, as selfish as it sounds, was to prove those doubters wrong. Because I was not only representing myself now, I was now representing all these smiley and non-smiley youth who have a passion that they are continuously doubted for. Now that I had a mission and a direction to steer towards, in came the long-lasting hours of practicing and fine-tuning. I nearly became obsessed. Any opportunity that came our way, we took it. It went from Daniel and I to a group of 6 kind-hearted, talented, and wonderful musicians who I am proud to call my second family. I love them. They all helped me achieve my dream, and they brightened up my days. Our band, Sur and Sangeet, started skyrocketing with performances every month. We started our own Facebook page, we had our YouTube channel, things were great. And now you think, wow, this girl's got it all, what more does she need? Wrong. When I was done one thing, I dreamed for the next, and it just became a domino effect. One dream after another, after another, after another. Because if I can perform for a crowd of 500, then why not 1,000? If I can sing for 2 hours straight, then why not 4 hours straight? If I can sing this song, then why not that song? And I believe this mentality is crucial for success. We should not live in the state of mind for settling for what we have. There is always room for improvement, no matter how smart, creative, or talented you are. Push your limits. Get out of that comfort zone and become someone who paves a path for divine greatness, rather than settling for what you have in front of you. If you make a pastry, decorate it. If your chapati isn't round enough, next time strive for more roundness. If you got a 75% on a test, then aim for an 80%, and then an 85, and then a 90. And if some of this doesn't make sense to you, I'll give a personal example. I've been training in Indian classical music since the age of 6, and I truly love it. But I didn't settle for it. So I explored and thought, how about I start training in Western classical music? Pretty random, but realistic. So I auditioned for the vocal program at Canterbury High School, which is an art school. There I encountered with and met some of the most greatest musicians and singers in my life. It was the first time ever I sang in a choir, sang opera music, and learned how to play piano classically. And so now that I'm on this point, I would like to thank Mr. Caswell, Ms. Hamilton, Azim Keshiji, the late Heather, and Katie Ann, as they remain patient with my lack of certain abilities and giving me a new branch to add to this growing tree. As you can see, there is a whole factory of amazing people who have contributed to my success. Now, we all have some pretty crazy dreams. I do too. Sometimes they seem almost impossible and unattainable because of all the things that are coming in our way. But you must all keep one thing in mind. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. Every day, every hour, every moment, every second, we are making the impossible possible. I mean, do you think Oprah Winfrey knew she'd be one of the richest people in the world? No, but she knew she had something in her, so she did something. And did Beyonce Knowles know that she'd win over 20 Grammys and she'd become a singing sensation? No, but she had a vision. The question isn't whether it's going to happen or not, because if you want it, it will happen, guaranteed. The question is, when? We live in a world where we want things right away. In an instant, we connect to the internet. We can curl our hair in 5 minutes. Or we can PVR our favorite show and fast forward through all these useless commercials because it saves more time. And I'm here to tell you, patience, my friends. My dad always says, Saba, patience is key. I learned this lesson a very special way. Last year was probably the most momentous and life-changing year of my life. I received opportunities that were unimaginable, more like impossible. So here it goes. I said earlier about how I was passionate for singing and wouldn't let anything get in the way, but unfortunately I did. I let my emotions and the defeat I was facing boggle me down. There was doubt, frustration, anger, confusion, and pure unfairness. In simpler words, I was ready to quit. And I remember clearly on Tuesday, February 25th, 2014, I was crying and telling my parents, I want to finish this dream and just leave it. I was done. And I don't know if all you know about this number conspiracy, but as I left my parents' room that night, it was at 11:11 p.m. And apparently at 11:11 p.m., you're supposed to make a wish. And when you make this wish, you're not supposed to tell anybody about the wish. You just make it and hope for the best. And for some reason, I never used to believe in this, but I don't know, at that moment, I just felt it was right to say it. So I said, Mom and Dad, it's 11:11, make a wish. And God knows what they wished for. But the next morning, on Wednesday, February 26th, 2014, we received a phone call saying, Mubarak ki Saba, you have been selected to sing the national anthem in front of Maulana Hazrat Imam and Prime Minister Stephen Harper this Friday in Toronto at Massey Hall in front of 2,000 people. I remember that day so clearly. Friday, February 28th, 2014. I was backstage getting ready, and I was stage left. And I look across from me and stage right is Maulana Hazrat Imam and Stephen Harper. And of course my heart's pounding and I'm so like scared and nervous and excited and I couldn't believe what was happening. And I remember they called me on stage and I didn't really understand my cues, so the stage manager actually pushed me on stage. So that was probably the most awkward moments of my life. But I sang, and I sang my heart out. And as soon as I was done, I hear the applause, Hazra moms clapping, my parents are smiling. And it was that moment, at 3:05 p.m. on Friday, February 28th, that I promised myself I will never, ever, ever, ever give up. After this, many opportunities came. 6 months later, I received the opportunity to sing at the opening of the Smiley Center and the Aga Khan Museum, along with some very talented Smiley singers, the Elmer Eisner Choir, and sang under the direction of Lydia Adams and Hussein Jan Mohammed. So I'm actually going to sing the small rendition that was heard across the world, worldwide, as the Smileys were viewing the live telecast of the museum opening. And this part you're going to hear, honestly, I didn't even know I was going to get this line, but when I got there in Toronto, Hussein Jan Mohammed was just like, Saba, you're going to sing the opening line, you have to make it up, it has to be in Raat Darbari, good luck. So I spent 2 days in my hotel room trying to make this perfect 2-line rendition, and it worked out beautifully. And the best part was that I called my parents, and they're like, Saba Mubarak, we were so proud of you. And they're like, as soon as your line came, Maulana Hazram walked to the prayer hall. So when you guys listen to me sing this, it'd be nice if you kind of think about that moment when you saw Hazram entering the prayer hall. Dani re sa re ni sa dani pa sa ni sa re ga And then in November in 2014, I sang backup vocals for Salim and Suleiman's live concert in Toronto. So now people are like, yeah, she's definitely got it all. No, I want to make 2015 an even better year. How? I have no idea. Because success isn't constant, but hard work is. And as long as that is there, you are bound to be successful. I'm going to end off by just saying thank you to my well-wishers, fans, and friends. Though I may not know all of you, or some of you live far from me, you are so important and vital to my life. And I'm going to end off with the most important variable in my equation of success. My family, or to me, my best friends. I have a brother who constantly bothers me, embarrasses me, makes me cry, but also gives me unconditional love. He is my best friend. He has been through every journey with me and has never ever failed to hold my hand and give me bear hugs when I need them. Our siblings always bother us. It's a fact. But they will always be there. My advice to you is to keep them close. Very, 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 very close. Never take them for granted. So thank you, Daniel. I love you way too much. And thank you for being here today. Lastly, and certainly not least, my parents, or my 2 other best friends. I honestly remain speechless because there are truly no words to describe how much they mean to me. They are the ultimate driving force behind everything I do. Not a single day have they doubted me or questioned me. They have given an unconditional love and support, and somehow haven't ran out of it. Mama and Baba, thank you for driving me to all my voice lessons and waiting in the car, for attending those painful sound checks, for coming to every single performance, for videotaping and taking pictures, for tolerating our very loud and late night practices, and for being my guiding light. They have sacrificed way, way, way too much for me. I'm honored to call you my parents, and without you, I wouldn't be here, like biologically, and also standing here in front of you. You guys take all the credit, all of it, and I'm fortunate, way too fortunate, to have you in my life. I love you. Okay, I'm so glad I didn't cry for that, okay. Yes, they do deserve a round of applause. So, this is me, my journey, my story, and my message. If there's one thing you can take away from what I said today, it is this. Age is truly just a number. A number that has no significance to success. You can achieve anything at any age, anytime, anywhere. Every day, when you wake up, think about your goals and your dreams. Keep going and never, ever stop. Find greatness and be open-minded. Always remember that there are two people in this world, those that build you up and those that break you down. And in the end, you will thank both. And lastly, never forget where you came from and how it all started. Stay grounded and remember your roots, because those little memories will add sweetness into your life and remind you of what you are doing and why you are doing it. And that is as real as it gets. I would like to end with a phrase of poetry written by Allama Iqbal.